So, Scorpion's a really fun show with great characters in it, unlike some of these other shows that are really interesting but makes you feel sad, like Breaking Bad and Dexter. These shows are really interesting, but it kind of makes you feel terrible inside. Unfortunately, it makes you feel terrible, but it's a great show, and I do recommend some of these darker shows. But if you want a show that makes you kind of feel good with great, fun characters, watch Scorpion, for example. And there may be a few others that I'm not thinking of other shows, but on my mind right now is Scorpion. I think about this show every once in a while, and it's focused on Walter, and not to be confused with Walter White of Breaking Bad. Great name, Walter, and it's one of those names that could go either way. You could be a great guy, like I'm Walter, or you could be a weirdo, Walter. But usually, you're probably a great guy if you're a Walter. Especially this guy and Scorpion. He's pretty cool and he's pretty smart, but he doesn't know how to relate. And he eventually gets it on with his girlfriend. And this girl, this woman with a very smart boy named Paige. So it's difficult as you watch the show season after season, but they become an item. And it's a really interesting relationship, and I identify as Walter, even though I'm obviously not as smart as he would be, an IQ higher than Einstein. But the show is all about these smart guys. There's like five guys, and they solve incredible like mysteries or murder investigations, but on the spot. I'm talking about life and death, 911 kind of situations where it's like the FBI, the CIA, the NSA will contact them. Well, mostly the FBI. They contact them and like they're like, "Oh no, the terrorists are gonna get us, and the whole world's gonna blow up. You know, the Russians are gonna get us. The Chinese are gonna get us. Somebody's gonna get us, and they're gonna uh, put a bunch of killer bees on us or coronavirus or shoot us with lasers from sharks and all kinds of things." And then they go and they try to solve these mysteries, and they deal with even more terrifying things like love, which is things that they don't really know how to do. And Toby's pretty funny, and there's the I want to say Taiwan chick, and she's really interesting too. And just every character is very unique, and you can't forget about them, kind of thing. And it's unlike any other show I've ever seen in a lot of ways, and it's really fun to watch. It's suspenseful because you want to know how they save the day at the end of the hour on CBS. Which I don't know if I want to say anything good about CBS except for that. It's a pretty good show. I don't know if they had anything to do with it, Viacom, CBS. But I can say that the show has this really good feel to it. Just the way that they build on each episode is really fun. It's just the timing, the chemistry. It's something that makes you feel good inside because it's a great story. Very suspenseful. Keeps you on the edge of your feet. No, edge of your seat. And you feel like, I really love these characters. And I really want to know what happens. I really want to know, are they going to die? Are they going to survive? What's going to happen? The end of the series might not be the best because it doesn't have really the best ending in that it's a sad story where they split up. the team split ups, and it's unfortunate, a little bit realistic because it happens in life. Unfortunately, kind of want a good, happily ever after ending, but they don't get it, and that's too bad. And some shows have that kind of ending, unfortunately. I would say too many shows do. You kind of want to have a good ending, but on one hand, on one hand, oh, it's like you want your movie or show to be realistic, and if it is, it might be sad. Or on the other hand, you want it to be um, fun. If you can have a balance of both when you're telling a story, it's great. And it's a question of what kind of story you want to tell. There are terrible stories and there are inspirational stories, and you can tell either one depending on the kind of story you want to tell, what kind of story you want to emphasize on. And I would prefer to inspire people with stories that have good endings. Of course, there's bad endings in situations in life. You can read books about it, you can read history about it, read biographies, autobiographies about people. Sometimes bad things happen, but in the end, things can work together for good. That's Romans 8:28, and it's powerful, and you can focus on that, and you can build on that, and things can improve, either in your lifetime or in your children's or your children's children, if you're thinking long term. Otherwise, you might as well not be thinking at all.